At our midday market trade, specifically on the livestock side of the markets. Livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted with us here today. Wow, we've turned around again here. You said before we went on the air a roller coaster, back up triple digits in cattle. What's going on?
That's right, Chad. We are back up triple digits here in this cattle complex. Now, the August feeders, they ran up to 310.80. We're back to 309.40, 309.45, so we're about $1.35.40 off our highs here. That index today looks like it's going to be down a little over $3 here when the Merc updates it later. Lack of northern sales here over the weekend, and we had a lot more southern direct cattle go into that trade there on Friday as well. So that's going to drag that index down around 313.89. However, I have heard that there are some decent sales taking place in the south right now. One of the majors in Oklahoma, it's steady money for most of the feeders this morning, but I've heard that the Joplin, Missouri, is $5 to $7 higher in some instances on some big strings of cattle. So that's going to have the index moving pretty quick here back and forth. Now, on the live cattle side of things here, a lot of folks are talking about massive fund liquidation here on Friday in both the feeders and the live cattle, but didn't really see that. We did see open interest, however, go up in this complex about 788 contracts here on the live cattle and 534 contracts on the feeders. But when you break it down here, the months that the funds have been trading in as far as the August feeders and the August fats, there's very little change in the open interest. So there was really no fund liquidation here like everybody was talking. These funds are still they're still holding the majority of the longs, and rightfully so. We saw that there on this commitment traders report here as of the close last Tuesday. The funds and non-commercials there, they did push themselves out to new record length in the feeder cattle complex, over 35,000 contracts.
Hey, thank you so much. Livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. Call him at 308-708-70340. Do remember, trading of commodity futures and options does involve substantial risk of loss and might not be suitable for all investors. This is the Rural Radio Network.
Out here on Nebraska's calm, welcoming waters, fishing is a breeze. It's the sweet spot where solo anglers find quiet before the catch, families reel in memories, and first-timers discover what makes fishing so special. From the Panhandle to the Platte, the best fishing happens here, beneath Nebraska skies. Get started at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Max Armstrong here for my friends at the Nebraska Rural Radio Association. Say, are you passionate about agriculture and rural Nebraska? Consider joining the only farmer and rancher-owned radio group in the country. For just $25, you secure a lifetime membership and play a key role in an association that boosts the voice of rural Nebraska. Be a part of something special. Join the movement. Visit ruralradionetwork.com to learn about membership.
This is a market update. I'm Bruce Gorder on the Rural Radio Network. The EPA removed one of the three pieces of uncertainty in the nation's biofuels program on Friday. We still don't know the extent of the small refinery exemptions that will be granted, nor do we know the final fate of the 45Z funding mechanism of the biofuels program. We should have greater clarity on both of those in the weeks ahead. But we now know more about the blending mandates. The EPA changed its mandates from gallons base to RINs base, leaving the conventional fuel blending rate, ethanol, pretty much unchanged. Biomass-based diesel went from 5.36 billion RINs in 2025 to 7.12 billion RINs for fiscal 2026 that starts October 1st. The 5.36 billion RINs for the current year translates to roughly 3.35 billion gallons. One of the new changes is to cut the value of RINs generated from biofuel produced with foreign feedstocks in half. July corn is down 10 3/4 at 4.33 3/4. December down 8 1/4 at 4.34 3/4. July soybeans down 3 1/4 at 10.66 1/2. November up 1 1/4 at 10.56. July wheat in Chicago, 5 3/4 lower at 5.38. Kansas City, July down 3 1/4, 5.37 1/2. July wheat in Minneapolis down 8 3/4 at 6.25 1/2. August live cattle up 3.12 at 215.60. October up 2.90 at 212.87. August feeder cattle up $3.40 at 309.92. September up 3.55 at 309.15. August lean hogs up $1.55 at 111.67. The October contract up $1.42 at 95.62. And July milk is down 14 at 17.99. This is the Rural Radio Network.